Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Oklahoma Esports League. I am again Jackson, otherwise known as Amnesia, back again with Garrett, also known as Fuzzball. Today, we will be watching some Rainbow Six Siege. We will be watching Glenpool go up against Jenks High School. Both teams 2-0. And it looks like we're about to get into this game here.
Yeah,
starting with bans.
Trying to kick it off as fast as possible. I'm really excited for this game. Both teams are undefeated so far as we go into Stage 3, our third game of the third week, where we actually have fully undefeated teams. So it's going to be really, really exciting to see these two teams. Someone will have to go away with a loss, and someone will get to continue their unbeaten streak.
Yep. And it looks like we will be starting on Clubhouse. I say starting. It's the only match we will be watching, the only map we'll be watching. They'll be playing on Clubhouse today, a very staple map for Rainbow Six Siege. We will start with the bans Jackal and Dokkaebi, two classics. Jackal, probably the most banned operator.
Yeah, he's not fun to play against, quite simply.
No, whenever he can see your footsteps and track exactly where you're standing, not exactly the most fun thing ever.
Not too interactive.
A
but you
zombie.
know what?
I was actually talking to you about a
Yeah,
zombie right before the game.
He is a meta pick currently.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jackal, at least the R6 community can all agree to always ban the hero. So it's very, very nice. What are they called in this game? Agents, I'm
Operators.
guessing? Operators, okay. I like how they all have different names. But
Agent, hero, operator.
yeah. But yeah, best of one here. So with Glenpool and Jenks, winner will take all in this first map.
Seeing the quick Ash pick, Blitz, Habana, Osa. Some good picks coming out from both sides. Castle, another classic one for defense, especially on Clubhouse. Castle being able to lock down those windows a bit easier, especially on Clubhouse whenever you start on second floor, which is where they're starting. They're starting Cash and CC. CC having that big doorway, as you can see. The Vigil and Blitz were just standing over by that they just barricaded. The common entry spot for most attackers, or they will go in through garage, but typically they'll try to enter in to CC first, get a plant down, and get out. And it looks like that is what Glenpool is going to try and do. They have the Thatcher, so they can disable the Blitz utility if they're going to try to get through that main door. Problem is, if Blitz is going to try and do the trick, then, you know, Thatcher can't really do a whole lot. Ash able to help get in as well. Ace for the hard breach.
Yeah, and I really like this as your first defensive spot because there's so much of this open space in garage. Going to be able to get so much intel before they actually entry into the building. So it gives Jenks a long time to be able to play their defense and understand where the rotations are coming in from Glenpool.
Yeah, going to spot out that Blitz there on the garage doorway. Looks like Kennels is just going to try to make some space. See the head holes there on that first floor. Blitz getting shot at here, just kind of on a solo journey while the rest of the team is trying to make their way into that main door. We can see Echo here trying to get a couple shots. A takedown there. 2 for the Ash here in garage, able to follow up on the Blitz space and get a couple, getting their team into CC. Another goes down at the hands of the Thatcher. And that is the last there. Flawless first round there for Glenpool. Some amazing space taking by the Blitz. The Ash following up pretty close to get a couple of those early picks and then force their way into CC very quickly.
Yeah, and I was actually mistaken. I believe that was Jenks that took the first round. Our team
Oh,
names
do we
are a
have the
little
teams backwards?
yeah, right now, but we're getting that adjusted as we speak, so no worries there. As we see down in the bottom, looks like Noble beat Union today, 7-1. So Noble maybe another juggernaut in this league. Very, very cool implementation by League OS here, so that we can see those games as they live update. And just 1 second, we're having a couple of technical difficulties as we're trying to get these flipped around here.
Yeah, so Jenks then taking that first round.
Yeah.
Some great plays there from the Ash and the Blitz, again, in Garage, while some space was also being made by the Ace and the Osa.
Yeah, as we're trying to get set up here, and apologies, the team names are flipped right now, but Jenks is supposed to be on that left side and Glenpool on the right. Just trying to figure out that technical difficulty.
It looks like they're going to take Lounge and Bar. Take a little bit more space, but they will be in CC and Cash again for the bombs, but taking a bit more first floor space. We can see the Castle sitting in Lounge. Osa Ace here trying to get some space. The Thatcher going to throw those EMPs to get Ace the space on the wall, but Blitz able to get that down quickly to be able to stop that push. They're going to have to go through this first floor now. Blitz taking a lot of damage here. Thatcher as well. All of Jenks kind of grouped up here on this first floor, not quite sure what to do. The Blitz holding them off of that CC entry. Gonna try to make their way in through the castle doorway, maybe? Not quite. Ash still here in Garage. Knows that someone might be in there. No echo this time. It's the Malusi. Gonna see if we can get a pick here from Kennels. Knows that they're behind that barrier right there. Trying to walk their way up. Nice shot onto the dock. Sees the Malusi as well. Is going to get heard by that trip as well. That proximity alarm. Droning here for Jenks. Ace gonna try to make their way into construction, it looks like. Blitz looking to make their way in, but that Vigil seems to be right there around that corner. Castle holding these stairs as well, trying to wait for a push. Blitz making their way through that proximity alarm is gonna spot him out. 2 people in Cashier, 3 does spot out that Blitz there. Jenks, knowing where the rest of Glenpool is starting to play, spots out the Vigil, is going to get the takedown on the Vigil. Last 2 playing these red stairs. Blitz is going to go down. Sorry, Bandit is going to go down, and then quickly following. Another round here for Jenks, having to play a little bit different than they might have expected. Trying to get through that doorway, but Bandit just making too much trouble for them, trying to get in with the Ace breach utility. Looks like we're still trying to figure out how to get the team swapped. Looks like Jenks is going to pull out the Ram this time. Maybe try to play this a little bit differently. Let's see where Glenpool decides to play this time. Looks like they're going to take the basement in Church. See if this setup can help them more. Now with the Miragoyo, Castle, Malusi, and Doc again. But on the side of Jenks, they're going to pull out Ram to maybe try to go second floor and make a ton of... Sorry, first floor. Go on first floor and try to make a ton of first floor space. Still with the Blitz, the Ash. They have 2 hard breachers, though, on the side of Thermite and Habana. Looks like they're just going to try to do a lot of damage, maybe get through those reinforced hatches. Jenks going to try to send 3 towards blue, it looks like. Blitz going to take this headway here.
And these shield heroes are able to make so much space and get a lot of information from a safe.
There's that mirror window.
Yeah, there we go. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Making sure that your teammates aren't the first ones to walk into these creative angles, I should say.
This is why Mira tends to be kind of a more common ban operator, because Mira, obviously those one-way mirrors, they don't really have to hold blue here because they know where Blitz is, but Blitz doesn't know where Glenpool is sitting. There could theoretically be no one on the window for all they know, but it looks like this blue wall into church is going to be reinforced off. They do manage to break the Mira window, so Mira does decide to back up a little bit here. Habana and Ram are going to go in kitchen and try to make some space on the first floor. We do see the castle go down to the hands of Habana. The proximity alarm spotting out a couple on that first floor. Looks like we might have a roamer from the side of Glenpool on that second floor stairs. I don't think Jenks is aware of it.
Yeah,
Mira and Malusi gonna make their way over.
And opening up
Twizzler.
all of these angles from the rooftop is just going to make it really difficult for Glenpool to be able to defend this point. Having to worry about already the horizontal angles from all the doorways and broken holes, and then having that opening through the floor.
Yeah, Thermite looking to go through this doorway here. Decides to drone himself out, make a little bit of space. Tries to get in on this bomb site, spots out one. Is still a 3v3. Ash at only 45 HP. Takes a couple shots. Nice shot from the Thermite. Bomb is going to go down. Or sorry, Diffuser in this game is going to go down on the side of Jenks. Triple kill here, though, for the Goyo. It's only the Ram remaining. Why not Gaming? Gonna try to... Gets a nice shot there onto the Goyo. It's just the Mira remaining. Mira at 11 HP. Why not Gaming takes out Twizzler Pro to finish that off. Was in a 1v2. Some nice plays there. I like Jinx's attack there. Sending a few through blue, sending a couple into kitchen on that first floor, and then sending that Thermite through bunker there to try to make as much space as possible. And it overwhelmed them. They were able to get bombed out or diffuser down. And it was very close. Glenpool almost taking it away, but it will be a 3-0 lead here for Jenks.
Yeah, a much closer round for Glenpool there. Starting to get some traction back, and honestly, a little bit of a weird call on the 2v1. Really good job by Jenks to be able to isolate those 1v1s, get away with a little bit of a missed spray from the Glenpool side. But if you're Glenpool, you got to be feeling good about where you're standing right now.
Yeah, and they are going to take that cash and CC room again. Try to make this work. They seem to get a lot of headway, just couldn't quite get what they wanted. The Bandit on the first couple rounds able to lock off that Thatcher. Looks like they are going to pick up the Thatcher again. Thatcher, Ace, Ash, Montagne, and Osa, the final locks instead of Blitz. Maybe worried about the old feet shots. Montagne can make a lot more space because Bro got the big shield. Gonna try and go through garage this time. I don't even know if they're worrying about the main
going
window.
a lot faster than they did the first time that they attacked this.
The Legion gonna be a little bit annoying there. Those goo needles. Not quite doing a whole lot of damage, but just kind of keeping them off of that garage doorway as much as possible. This Vigil is going to try to lurk on that first floor. We also see Castle roaming around this first floor as well on the side of Glenpool, maybe trying to catch some people out with these roams. They do spot out the Castle. Maybe gonna try to pinch this and get that pick, or maybe just force up these stairs. Oh, sees the arm, but gets stuck by the goo needle. So does Ace. These Legion mines proving a little bit frustrating for the side of Jenks right now. Gonna try to move slowly towards the CC area. Ash just playing off this Montagne here Ash does manage to go down. Ace quickly behind. Montagne having to make something happen by themselves.
Yeah, not where
Not
these shield
quite a
operators wanna
solo
be.
character. Montagne definitely not the person you want as the last remaining. Only one remaining, but does get taken out there. Glenpool getting their first round here, 3-1 for the side of Glenpool.
Yeah, a lot faster from Jenks than we saw most of the garage takes happen, and maybe that's why they got punished for it, especially when your Montang duo goes down in the Ash. It's going to be really, really difficult for him to be able to maintain that space, and once that happened, the dominoes started falling. So many positions were thrown out of place, and Glenpool knew exactly how to jump on that type of opportunity.
Yeah, and it looked like now that Glenpool's won the CC cash, they can't go back there again. Thought they might have taken the basement spot, but they decide to swap over to this gym logistics bomb site on this second floor.
I mean, even their basement win was a very, very close one. They probably didn't feel super comfortable with it.
Yeah, maybe they are more comfortable here in this this second floor area. Not a whole lot different than CC and Cash. A little bit different of a take. A lot of times attackers will take that big window in that red hallway and try to force their way in. Only hard breach here we have now is Thermite, but we have the Buck and Ash as well. Maybe going to try to do another fast take here. They are going to go on the second floor, try to enter through logistics maybe, through that hatch. Looks like they're wanting to enter CC here.
Something I have so much respect for with these Siege players is this right here, being able to know where every camera is on the outside of the map, on every single map, and completely cleaning them up. Like, the amount of time and dedication that it takes for these students to learn all of that and be able to play together is really, really impressive on both sides.
Yeah, for sure. Drone here from the Thermite, right into construction, spots out the Legion, it looks like. Thermite gonna try to make a play here for maybe a quick pick or two. Goyo holding in bathroom, going to decide to back up. Takes these stairs back up. The Goyo trap on that stairway if they need a little bit of defensive help.
Yeah, playing it safe there. Really don't want to open up that opening pick for the attacking side. And being able to play off your own utility on this staircase is going to help a lot and drain that clock even more.
Droning through logistics here. Maybe still looking to enter in construction as well. Drone here from the Ash. Buck on this first floor here. Going on a little bit of a solo roam here. We see the Twitch drone come out, destroy that Legion mine, proving a little bit annoying on their previous attack. So I don't blame them for pulling out the Twitch to try to get rid of those. Thermite gonna take some damage to those Legion mines. Ash will go down. Legion being put at 27 HP. Nice shot. Buck goes down as well. Now in a 3v3, this Miro window gonna have to be backed up.
Really in a bad situation there. Having a lot of angles to need to look at. And yes, you have the one-sided mirror, but still, it's going to be difficult. One on the flank on this mirror.
Yeah, Goyo sitting stairs, Bandit trying to hold this mirror window, and Miro just sitting in bathroom waiting. Looks like we have the Twitch and the Thermite working through together.
21 seconds on the clock. A move has to be made here if you are Jenks.
Yeah, and we'll see what they decide to do if they want to explode in through construction. Looks like they're still kind of working their way through construction. They decide to back out, back in logistics. Takes a couple shots, does manage to take down the Mira. Goyo, the only one remaining. Goyo with the final stand on those stairs, but does get taken out. A couple nice shots there from Jenks, able to secure that round. Only a few seconds remaining on the clock to get that diffuser down, but they didn't need it. Able to just clean up the rest of Glenpool. 4-1 here, only one round away from swapping sides. Last effort for Glenpool to make something happen on this defense.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's always cool to see the timer go down to the last final seconds and see the dominoes fall like it did. The trades were coming back and forth, and Glenpool isn't upset with that, but you have to be aware of the timer in that scenario. That can just be an auto win for your team.
Yeah, Glenpool going to decide to take this second floor again, thinking, you know, the round was pretty close. Maybe they can make something happen this time. The mirror window still going to be set in that bathroom on that big doorway there. Looks like Jenks might be looking for a similar composition here. Only, oh, they're running a Nomad for that flank watch.
We have seen Glenpool be a little bit aggressive on these defenses on where they hold, so the Nomad makes sense. Being able to just have the awareness around the map is really, really going to help Jenks on this attack and let them take more space than they would prior.
Yeah, being able to set those air jabs around the map to be able to stop any lurks that could potentially be happening, or roams.
And with where Glenpool is right now, they may try and go for some lurks, some hero plays maybe.
Looks like we have the Goyo sitting in basement right now. Goyo looking to be the only one potentially doing some lurking here. Get rid of those default cams. Ace going to go ahead and breach here. We still have the Thermite as well. So 2 hard breachers on the side of Jenks. This mirror window going to prove a little difficult for Jenks to try to get in this doorway. But they do have the ability to break that mirror window. If they can get in there. Legion sitting in cache a little bit further off of sight than they played last round. We can still see this Mira spotting out that Twitch there. Thermite going to try to make their way into logistics as well. Decides to make their way into construction yet again. Jenks right now just feeling out the map. Only 2 drones remaining for the side of Jenks. So they've gotten a lot of information. Going to have to use them well. That is the last Nitro cell that we just saw come out from Glenpool. Thermite does spot out. Ooh, nice shot there from the Thermite onto the castle there. 5v4. Jenks starting to make their way in. The Mira about to peek this gym window. Are they aware of the Mira? The Mira does get taken down by this Buck here. Just a bunch of great shots coming out from Jenks. Legion managing to take out 2. Can Legion ace this round here and get one for Glenpool? Going into the next half, the diffuser will go down for the side of Jenks. Quick peeked on the Legion, going to try to make something happen with only 36 HP remaining. Has 40 seconds to do so.
Yeah, put into a difficult situation, but those 2 picks that they got during the trade phase was really, really nice and is going to help them in this defuse, but I mean...
Almost half their time gone,
yeah.
Does get taken out.
It's still a 1v3. I mean, you can't ask for a whole lot more than what they did already.
Yeah, a great attack half there for Jenks. 5-1. You know, Siege very much one of those games where defense does tend to be easier. But now Glenpool on this attack. Can they make something happen with only 1 round to their name coming out of the defense phase? Looks like they're going to take this second floor. Jenks going to decide to start in the CC cache. Actually, no, they're not. I changed my mind.
You changed your mind?
Yeah.
I have actually decided. We'll start on second floor.
I've decided I don't think Jenks is actually going to start in CC. I don't think they want to. Not feeling it. But yeah, definitely an interesting place to start. But now with Glenpool on this attack here, gonna have to see what they can do. Playing a bit of a similar comp to what Jenks had. They still have the Ace, they still have the Thatcher, they still have the Buck. Some classic picks, but they also have Lion and Finka as well. I think the Finka there just maybe for some extra health, you know, also gives overheal as well. Those stim boosts can be very useful. Some
having
shots
that
going
sustain
out.
could be really, really important.
Yeah, Mira, Bandit, Legion, Mute, and Castle for the side of Jenks on this defense here. We haven't seen the Mute yet.
That flashbang was for all of our viewers out there.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Really excited to be watching a white screen here at the OESL.
Buck gonna try to make their way into logistics here, droning out this construction. Deciding to play a bit of a spread attack here. Glenpool doing something similar to what Jenks did. Knowing where bombs are, have a minute and 45 seconds to make their way onto the site here.
Looks like that drone that we were peeking off of got muted, but got a lot of good intel on that mirror wall, being able to see how close that she was actually holding the window.
Yeah, and look how many drones we have left alive for the side of Glenpool. But as I say that, one Jackson, the castle, getting a nice shot. Only 10 HP remaining there for that Legion. Watching these stairs here, Bandit getting pushed by this Buck here, it looks like.
Oh, and still looking for the duel even after exposing the position.
And there goes the Bandit. Quick peek able to get a nice shot there. Still only 10 HP remaining for this Legion. Looks like Glenpool is starting to make some headway and getting onto this site. Not a lot of HP left on the side of Jenks. And there goes Jackson. Legion and Mira, the only two remaining. Some shots from the Ace. What a nice shot there from Why Not. Does get taken out by Quick Peek, though. Only one remaining does get taken out. That will be another round there for Glenpool. Maybe attack side is what they were waiting for.
Yeah, and I feel like Jenks struggled with rotating after they got peeked out in a lot of areas. I felt like Glenpool was able to get a lot of information on their positioning. There were multiple times we saw players just get shot in the back on Jenks' side because of the way that Glenpool was kind of poking and prodding around the map, finding these duels, not committing to them, and letting some other teammate follow it up. Really, really good play by Glenpool, being able to communicate that effectively and understand who can punish which angles at that time.
Yeah, and a couple interesting new picks here. We see the Tubarão come out on the side of Jenks, and we see Nook on the side of Glenpool, maybe going to try to get some attacking lurks. Going to swap the Lion to the Thatcher, going to swap the Buck to the Ace, and we have Thermite as well, so 2 hard breach. Decide to take the CC cache bomb site. Jenks just looking to hold off as long as possible without taking any unnecessary gunfights. They do have the dock, so if necessary, we saw last round the Legion getting down pretty low. Maybe that's what inspired that one. But gonna decide to look for this big window here. They don't have any wall denial. Actually, they do have the Bandit. I lied. So the Bandit there may be able to hold them off from that big window. Gonna try to get that Thermite on there. Is Bandit going to be able to stop it in time? There's the Tubarão. Tubarão able to stop that Thermite. Gonna try to maybe get that Bandit. There it goes, but the Bandit was there ready for it after the Tubarão fell off. Bandit still waiting to try to hold them off. Looks like Glenpool's going to decide that they don't want to take that doorway anymore. Just a bit rough with the way that Bandit and Tubarão can both hold off that doorway together.
Yeah, really bad matchup into the double hard breach. I do like that Glenpool's decided not to fight a battle that they feel like they're struggling with. Rotating around 2 different angles is really going to it's going to help them punish what Jenks struggled with the round before.
Yeah, and here's this knock lurk into garage. I think maybe knows they're there. The castle was aware of it. Getting taken out. Now a 5v4. Glenpool kind of scrambling to make something happen. They still have over a minute, though. A lot of time, a lot of options. Look at how many drones they have left. Only one down. There goes the second one. They still have a lot of information gathering at their disposal, but no other utility. It looks like they are just going to have to take these shots. This ace going to get them through this doorway. Tubarão ready for it, though. Not quite jumpable, but can see through it. A bit of a head hold there for Glenpool to kind of look through. And there is the second ace. Unfortunately not getting... There goes that doorway. Another shot there from the castle. 2 going down for the side of Glenpool. The Tubarão does get knocked. We have the Doc maybe coming to help. The Bandit just going to pick up that res. 20 HP on the Tubarão now. Back to 5v3. The Finca stem coming out. Maybe trying to make a play here. What a nice angle hold there by Why Not Gaming. Able to take out user on call. Twizzler Pro going down as well. 2 for the real hijinks on the ace, but the shotgun there from the mute able to finish that one up. A defensive round hold there for Jenks. Now no longer able to go into that CC cache area. Are they going to go basement, or are they going to try their first round strat again?
If you were on Jenks right here, Jackson, where would you land? Where is
I
your
think
preference?
basement's just a better option, and it looks like that's where they are thinking of going. I just think basement is a lot easier to get that hold on. There's a lot more offensive options when it comes to that second floor. But being in basement, especially if they can pull out that Mira, since they didn't end up catching a ban, they have the Jaeger as well to maybe stop some Thatcher and Ash utility coming in. But a lot of defensive options here for the side of Jenks. They have the Warden as well, just in case. The mute, the castle as well, just for some more defensive utility. Looks like Glenpool's gonna... looks like they can't... Looks like they haven't fully decided what they want to do. They have the Hibana. They decide to just lock in the ace. The Ram as well, deciding to maybe take that kitchen with the Hibana. This mirror window on blue. See what Glenpool, or how Glenpool decides to attack here, but it is match point here.
Yeah, really important for Glenpool to not start getting some nerves right now. I understand it's match point for Jenks, but you still have to keep calm, play your rotations, play your macro correctly for the team calm.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to decide to take this kitchen here. Ram working their way in there with a drone.
Taking it fast, too.
Doesn't seem to spot out anybody. Looks like they are just going to force their way into this kitchen.
And that's going to be great for their time bank, being able to get all that information and not even using a tank during it.
There's the Ram.
It's going to close this final fight a lot faster. It's going to feel really good for Glenpool when they get downtown.
Yeah, Ram being able to force open some holes in that hallway there. Maybe going to try to take out some of these hatches with the Hibana as well. Hibana having such nice hatch utilization. They have one down here. Into blue. Might be looking to drop. Not quite sure, but they do have the Mira holding that angle. These castle doorways also making it a little harder. You can see the ace on that castle window in the bunker there. Maybe trying to make their way in. Just force open some other angles. But you see the Jaeger ADSs as well. Going to force out a little bit more utility. Hibana is going to take out this bar hatch as well. Forcing out as many angles as possible. Making Jenks look at as many angles as possible. And try and catch them off guard. The castle gonna try, Ace gonna try to get in through that castle. But doesn't quite get it down. Still in kitchen here with these ram holes. Hibana going to take out that kitchen hatch as well. I think that's every hatch now down. Only 45 seconds remaining for Glenpool to make their move. Ash on main stairs here, going to take a couple shots. Doesn't quite find anything. They know Castle. Ace is in bunker. 2 get taken out for the side of Jenks. Glenpool getting a couple of nice shots there. Jaeger is down mute. And Warden goes down as well. Only the Mira and the Castle remaining. Oh, doesn't notice the Habana in blue. Mira, the only one remaining, isn't able to do anything. That is another nice attack from Glenpool, but is going to have to keep up this momentum if they want to win. Jenks still on this match point.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed Jenks has really liked doing on this defense is either way on the stairwell, playing that really aggressive angle has thrown them out of position twice. One getting traded by getting shot in the back, and this one actually not being able to support the trades that happened onto the site, being forced off, almost looking like they were attacking the site. Really weird play that happened there, and it was partially because of Glenpool's awareness on the staircase. Glenpool playing it very cool, taking their time, was able to get a lot of good trades there and set themselves up very well for that end fight. Looks like we're going back to basement. Jenks feels confident here in that they can handle what's going on.
Yeah, gonna see if they can make this basement work. They didn't quite get what they wanted on that last round, but I think they know what to expect. Glenpool is going to pull out the same comp. As I say that, though, they decide to maybe swap the Nook. They decide not to. Gonna keep that ace. Finka, Habana, Ash, and Ram as well. I think what Glenpool is going to be looking to do is something similar as last round and just make as many angles as possible for Jenks to be worried about. And I think that's what Jenks is trying to focus on, is try to hold off as many angles as possible, but now they decide to pull out the Legion and the Vigil. I think they're going to use this Vigil for some lurking utility. Yep, looks like going to hold this garage for the main blue take. Habana gonna drone in here. Looks like they might be trying to go kitchen again, especially with the Ram pick.
And the longer that this lurker can stay alive, the better. It's going to burn Glenpool's clock if they have to worry about that person roaming. But as soon as that lurker goes down, it opens up the defense really hard. So it's almost like a hero play, if you want to think about it that way. It's really just how much effectiveness can this lurker have with how little information they're given.
Yeah, well, that's what the point of having that Vigil on defense is, right? The Vigil doesn't necessarily need to get kills. If Vigil wastes a minute off the clock of Glenpool's time and ends up getting picked out, that's a minute of their time they've wasted. That's what Vigil is wanting to do here, not necessarily get as many picks as possible, but just burn as much time as possible. Vigil gonna spot out that drone. Looks like they know this Vigil is playing on the second floor. Might try to force him out. Vigil watching kitchen from above. They know that's a common spot to take. These hatches going down in bar. Ash making their way, maybe looking to go down these stairs. Is going to get peeked. A nice shot from the Legion there onto the Ash. Ash does go down. Finka stem going to come out from the side of Glenpool. Jackson decides to back up from those stairs. This Vigil still making so much time.
Yeah, forcing all of these awkward angles that Glenpool is having to walk.
There goes the
Finka.
Finka. No more stems. All they have is 2 hard breach and the Ram. No entry utility anymore, really, to use. They have a few flashes, it looks like. Seems to be their only utility. Gonna come in here through bunker. There goes the flash, but they know the Jaeger ADS is there. They burn the Jaeger ADS. Ends up flashing themselves on accident, but they will get swung by the Ace. Ace does get taken down by the Legion. A trade there for the Ram.
15 seconds remaining.
3v2 here. Still in favor of Jenks. Doesn't quite get the spot. Vigil was ready for it. Vigil now down to help. And there it is. Jenks cleaning up that final round. Very close game there. Glenpool starting off a little rough on the defense, started getting some momentum back on that attack, but just didn't quite get what they needed. Jenks on the attack, making some very aggressive plays, especially with that Ash. The blitz, not a pick that you see like all too often, but blitz being able to make so much space on the attack for Jenks and get that Ash in there, able to get diffuser down. But yeah, definitely some great plays.
Yeah, I think Glenpool just needs to work a little bit on that first half, get a little bit more momentum rolling into halftime. You can't walk into half at a 5-1, 5-2.
It was 5-1.
5-1, yeah. So really, really difficult to come back from that. But they played well in the second half, so I'm very excited to see that Glenpool moving forward. And for Jenks, going to 3-0. That's awesome. Being able to keep up that great undefeated streak. Yeah, it was cool. I love Rainbow Six.
Yeah, congratulations, Jenks, on winning your Week 3. I was Jackson,
And
here with Garrett, and we will see you next week.